And good morning, everyone, and welcome back to NeelyFX. My name is Michael Neely, and this is the channel where I talk about foreign exchange trading, prop firm trading, and doing all those things to make money in the foreign exchange markets. It's Wednesday, March the 25th, and we've got some things going on today. Not a whole lot going on today, but a lot, but some things. So one more thing I need to pull up before we get started right here. All right, let's see. So, first I would like to remind you that if you like this video and you want to see more of these videos, then by all means hit the thumbs up button and also subscribe, because that will, you will then get notifications of when I put out new videos, which is pretty much every day. I've been doing it every day for about 9 months now, and seeing if I can improve my trading and help other people improve their trading too. So that's what this channel is all about. It's helping people improve trading. But first, since we're talking about putting money at risk, we need to talk about that. So let's go ahead and go to disclose what those risks are. They look something like this. This channel is for educational and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute trading or financial advice. I'm a professional trader, not a broker, trading my own capital. I do not solicit funds, manage client accounts, nor do I hold CFTC or NFA registration. Forex trading is highly speculative with a high risk of losing some or all of your investment capital. Only trade with funds you can comfortably afford to lose. And here's the CFTC risk disclosure. I'm in the United States, so this is pretty much required. Forex trading carries a high degree of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. The high degree of leverage can work against you as well as for you. Before trading Forex, consider your investment objectives, experience, and risk appetite. You could sustain a loss of some or all of your investment capital. So with that, let's go ahead and see what we have on tap for today. Where are we? Let's go here. There I am. Oh. And this is the calendar that we have for today. As you can see, we have these events right over here taking place. Not a lot of them are really big market movers, so we're not going to talk about too much about that. Also, I want to show you my new application. It's just right over here. This is called tradingforexforprofit.com. That's a domain I've held since about 2012, I think, and then I just decided to start building out what I wanted it to look like. So that's where we are now. It's not ready for launch yet. I have disabled these buttons, so you can't sign up for it right here. So yeah, you can take a look at that, but that's about what the price point is going to be on it. You can't sign up yet because it's not finished yet. We'll have all the features in there as we go. We also have my trading platform. I lost money on that trade yesterday, not a lot, because it's put a short, very shallow stop loss on it at 65, and it hit it yesterday afternoon, much to my chagrin, and then it bounced back 50 pips. So sometimes you set your stops too short, too shallow, and that's what happens. So with the mean reversion strategy, this is the trade right here is on the 4-hour chart, and the yellow one is the mean, so to speak, the average, the 20-day moving average. These are 20 period Bollinger Bands on a two standard deviation. So didn't lose a whole lot yesterday. Could have gained more, but I would have given it back this overnight. So that's another reason why I did not get back into that trade. Where do I stand on this thing? Right here, still alive. No, that's the trader's. Oops, that's the wrong one. It's the trader's challenge, which ends this week, and I have not done very well on that at all. I have not been trading this past little while because I've been building the application. Well, that's a slow app. I wonder if I can help them speed their app up. And then, so we'll come down here. We're still in it. Almost 4% down. Whoops, max loss. I'd say 10%. Did that go up? Well, that's the wrong one. Wrong count. Wow, that'd be great. No, stop it. Here, and then we'll come down here. So 4,016 on that. Nail biting time. 400 away from blowing it, so we need to get some trades in there that are winning trades. So today, probably gonna be looking at not that, a little too choppy for me. Not that, not that. This possibly, but we will see what happens. Depends on what happens here. But let's get into the into this part. This is the DXY. This is the DXY chart, the daily chart. We pick our trades coming from the weekly and the daily, and then coming back down to the and then getting back into the what is it? And then pardon me, going down to the 4-hour and the 1-hour trades in order to select our entries and exits. So right here we have a crossover here of the 20-day and 30-day moving average. Green is 50, 50 to 200 rather, and the 20-day is way up here. So it's should be going up. My shoulder's killing me today. We have all that going on. It might be a good time to get into a bullish trade right here. On the lower end of it, we are looking at coming off of this, staying within the channel on this pitchfork creates, and it goes as it has been here for quite some time. We'll see if that continues. We're getting closer to this top part right here. However, we still have plenty of room to go from there to there. If it decides to go back there. If it breaks support here, then we'll see what happens there. It could just meander sideways for a little while. So we don't know what's going to happen. We just trade what we see. But there's not a whole lot of activity going on today. Pound versus the euro versus the pound. The pound is coming back a little. Pardon me, the euro is coming back a little bit. So it's however, that's a pretty strong doji right there. A pretty strong candle of indecision. Euro versus the dollar right here. We are trying to perk up, trying to break 116, but it just didn't do it yesterday, and it came right back down here and dropped down to 57 as before taking off again. My stops were at 65, so I got stopped out. Probably should have set the stops for around 45 instead of 55, but that's okay. Let's see. It gives, sorry, I just had an idea about how to make that, how to do that differently. The dollar versus the yen. This is where I would come in on dollar strength, DXY strength, and it's sticking to this lower boundary. It's got 5 touches on that trend line. So these trend lines are really being respected here. Well above the 20-day, 20-period moving average. Could be a candidate to go to 160. Could be, could not. I don't know, not quite sure. But we probably want to set our stop loss around 157.36. 160 pip stop loss. Yikes. Thing about that is your reward is not going to be that much because Japanese usually, BOJ usually intervenes around 160. So you're looking at risking 160 so you can gain 100. That's not a good risk to reward strategy. So that's, I'm probably going to stay on the sidelines today on that one. Pound versus the dollar right here. This one's bouncy. This is also looking at the same reversion of what I've done here with these trend lines is I've just, the angle is the same. I've just copied and pasted them over one. And it's crazy how these trend lines are being respected. Again, I don't see a whole lot of opportunity for, definitely don't see an opportunity for a bullish trade. It's got to get out of this purple area right here, which is an area I set up last week, I think, maybe 2 weeks ago. It's not budging out of that range at all. So we'll see what happens on that. Definitely staying on the sidelines on that one. Pound versus the yen. Nope. Too close to the top. It is breaking out of this trend line right here a little bit, but not enough. Not with enough. I mean, it's flat. It's gone sideways through the trend line, and that's an indication that there's nothing going on there. It's wild that the pound versus the yen gets this flat sometimes. Euro versus the yen usually been bouncy. Usually straight up for quite some time. There's a very good, very strong bullish trade, but this time it is just not going anywhere. It's sideways. And it's right here, right up against the 2025 weekly high close. That's a good candidate to come down, but I'm not. But the timing on it is key on that one. Dollar versus the CAD, the one I can't figure out, is taken off. That may continue. Maybe an idea to continue that as Canada what's going on with that? Their bond yields are going through the roof, which is very. Let's take a look at the Canadian 10. real quick. Canadian 10. Oh, okay, it's not as bad as the United States, though. Yikes. But their bond yields have perked up a lot in Canada, so that usually means that funds are fleeing, but it should mean that the currency is getting stronger, but it's not. Oh, we didn't talk about risk on or risk off. Here's another reason not to get into a trade today. Look at that, neutral. It's not sleeping. Markets are sleeping. Go wake them up. Somebody's got to wake them up before they're going to go anywhere. Currency strength meter. Dollar's on top, followed by the euro, Great British pound. Canadian is way down here, along with the Kiwi and the Aussie. And Japanese yen's right there. So not a whole lot going on today. Let's go back into our charts right over here. So this is pretty much a non-trading day for me because everything's right up against resistance, and we're 138. We're 6 pips away from a possible turnaround point. Not gonna take it. Could go up to here to 139, 139.14, which would be the next turnaround point. But it's got to get through this first. So if I were to come in, I'd come in about 138.12ish. With stop loss of might be a safe trade. Oh well. Let's come back down here real quick to the CAD yen. CAD yen's been very correlative of the oil trade, and it is coming down a lot more than the oil market is, which is very interesting. We've got a new trend line coming off here. Excuse me. Oil market, that's right here. NYMEX oil is coming way down to 88. Maybe peace will break out in the Middle East. Who knows? We've been looking for that all my life. Aussie versus the dollar is right here. Not a whole lot going on there either. Big sell-off continues. Gold is perking up. Look at that. Gold has pretty much created a new bottom right here at 44.10, which is the same as this bottom over here of 44.02. Well, yeah. So we're going to call that a turnaround point right there. Call it 44.05 as the next one. That's a good 2 points on that line right there. It's not a low close, but that is a weekly close, I think, if I'm not mistaken. That may be the weekly close. Oh well. Perking up, but not convincingly enough to get into it. 1.46%. Platinum's up 3%, because if you'll notice, you got about a 5% run right there and a 3% pullback. So again, if you can withstand the pullbacks, then it might be a good trade, but it's still very choppy. Here we go. We have 216, 226 right there, 226% up to 1460 on palladium and silver, my favorite, right there, and 72.23. And once you know it, as soon as I said something about the software sector yesterday, it gets hammered yesterday. IVG is down 4%. Software sector is down 4%. HubSpot down almost 9%. That's pretty nice. It's must have missed on what did it miss on earnings or something? HubSpot fell 9% after Anthropic said Claude AI can control computers. So Claude AI is still, their rhetoric around Claude is still still showing a lot of trying to push the software, the larger software systems down. So I guess it's once they get to be so big, they become a monolithic, and then after that they quit innovating, and smaller companies step up and do their thing. So we have that there. Intuit, I'm also an Intuit customer right there, and been an Adobe customer for 14 years. That one's down 4%. So a lot of software sector got hammered yesterday. Look at Upwork. Upwork got hammered too, 2.3%, 6%. So that's what's going on in the software sector. It got crushed yesterday, and it looks like it's breaking trend, or breaking the breaking support too. So we could see the full-on bailout in this. I don't know that Claude can control computers because you still have to push buttons on. At least you do on mine. I guess if you get into the terminal, I don't know who would hook up an AI to their terminal and just let it rip, but that's not a good. I'm also a developer, and that is not a good idea. I'm not going to do that. I want some hands-on control on my application building and my building stuff. So with that, that's about all I got today. Software sector got hammered. We'll see if that continues. Let's take a quick look at the stock, just because I think it's interesting. My exposure to stocks is down a lot. Let's see what pre-market looks like. So we're up. Dow's up 369. Stock futures rise on a report that the U.S. sent Iran a plan to end the war. Well, good. I'd like that. I think the oil market would like that. I think everybody would like that. Then we'll see what happens with that. The euro versus the dollar will take off. Pound versus the dollar. I mean, dollar versus the yen will come down. So if peace breaks out, then that's we're going to definitely be watching this. But it's still stuck right there at 116. I'm not touching it. 116.50 may be a good spot. But then you're selling right in, or you're buying right into resistance. So I'm not sure how that's going to work. However, we could see it run. Just the lower 50% of this range. So the direction, in my opinion, will be up, but when and by how much? So 160. 116.23 would be a good spot to do that in. I think I'll do that. I'll do that off camera. So you guys have a great one. I'll talk to you later. If you have any, well, first, if you like this video, then by all means hit the thumbs up button. If you want to see more of these videos, then subscribe to the channel, and YouTube will send you notifications on when I do more. And if you want to talk to me directly, hit me up on the socials. Hit me up on X, or on YouTube, or anywhere else you may find me, although I don't pay attention to LinkedIn anymore. But you guys have a great one. We'll talk with you later. Bye.